Since this venerable stadium was erected in the Pennsylvania Hills, it has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
Here we go.
The Nittany Lions will kick it away first. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So Ohio State's offense will get the first crack at it here. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Might as well give it to him again. Still running at the 40. Oh, look out, there he goes. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Got it in the middle. It's Mayo. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Trying the left side. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game. So how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And the point after is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Nittany Lions offense will have its first possession of the game. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
I just does such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays, so him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside would be a great matchup.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. And they're able to make the tackle.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on fourth down. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Try to march their way in.
Come on, man.
And
71
he
what the
is
fucking book.
stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. Marches ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Melissa, requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. It didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level.
Nothing but green ahead.
What the
He's
fuck?
inside the 40. Past the 20.
Bruh.
And he
No.
just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take
He
it in.
fucking punched my dude in the
Touchdown,
mouth.
Buckeyes.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Colorado State is currently working from behind. But how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. They're trailing by just 2 to San Jose State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game record.
Now the play fake. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
Oh, my God.
And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
And the Buckeyes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the 1st. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, it catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the 1st down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Finds his tight end. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. He wants to throw. Flips it out in the flat. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking the handoff. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in it?
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. And here comes the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out.
Missed it.
And the kicker delivers for 3 to salvage that drive. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the 1st half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
He wants to take the top off. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Jeez, baby.
Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Man, QBs love their big tight ends, and especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. The offense set for a first down play. He's going to pass. He'll heave it deep.
Got it.
Fires the pass.
Let's go, boy.
Intercepted. No
Let's
real
go,
chance
boy.
on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Offense getting set for first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. He's looking to throw. Trying to get behind the defense. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his protection.
The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Oh, man, thought he had the interception, but the official rules gained too much of an advantage, so wave off the turnover, give up the yardage, it'll be first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. They'll run the screen. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. It's good. They'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The kickoff team out there getting set.
All right, boys.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
Here comes the offense on second down. The give to the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Snap from the gun on third down. Caught near the sticks. It's Ferguson. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Gets it inside the 10. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing. Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second and goal coming up. Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State.
And the offense continues to run the football. A second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. All tied up and just about set to kick it away.
Again. Damn it.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. And midfield, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. The passing game continues to be prolific, and as much as Ohio State has been built on toughness, they've been built recently on the efficient passing game.
I mean, so many good quarterbacks. And you know you're going to get great play calling, great offensive design. Ohio State offenses, every year after year, the names change, but the production continues to be the same.
Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. He wants to pass it on second down. Finds his man. It's Alexander. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. They're going to throw it again. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
How is he beat so
And that
fucking
one will
bad?
come up here in the second half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
That was
We check in
bullshit,
with
man.
Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. ULM is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Malone Stadium. but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over Georgia Southern. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's out past the 35. The expressway is wide open. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. You can feel the momentum starting to swing in this stadium. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Using his legs, it's Witherspoon. Open space.
Go, baby, go, baby, go, baby, go. Let's go.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed. He's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
And they did tack on the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paul.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, and their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
They go to the ground. Trucks through the defender. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
Well, this defense is on its heels right now, especially trying to stop the run. They're just not being physical enough. They give up another run right there for a 1st down. Someone's going to have to step up and make a play.
Dances away from 1. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Mayo.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
They'll go to the ground. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
Smashes through.
Get your ass down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll give it to the back. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. From the gun, the running back has it. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing football. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. From the red zone, looking for a man. Caught behind the line. It's Rousseau. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Touchdown, Ohio State! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Trying to pick it up on the ground. At the 40, there he goes. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And the Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Got his man quickly. At the 35, he's loose. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a first down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. From the gun, running back on the move. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. The Nittany Lions trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Running through contact. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 2nd and goal for this offense. Tries again to get it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Little touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Penn State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a two-point conversion.
Coming down the stretch in the fourth, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, and those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down, Jesse. Get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Pulls it in at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stops, and that's where the offense will set up shots. And now the offense will come onto the field again. So here it is, plenty of time to go and an opportunity to move the ball down the field and win it, David.
And you rep this every single week. The 2-minute drill, you got to be precise. You know exactly what your favorite.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air. But a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Touch pass on the jet sweep.
Oh,
really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They've got him pinned back in a world of trouble, and listen to this crowd coming through. He'll keep it himself. Sweet cut there. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays. Back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
They'll leave it with him. They stop him right on the edge of the red zone. A pickup of 5 to the 20.
Man, you played this whole game back and forth into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And if you can run the ball and not put it in jeopardy by throwing passes, that's a great way to finish the deal. First play of the first possession of OT. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Touchdown!
Go!
Nittany
Let's
Lions!
fucking go!
And they're on top here in overtime.
Let's fucking go!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in
Go.
OT.
All right, defense.
And the
Let's
extra
go.
point is true,
Let's
and
go.
they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. He's looking to throw it. Swings it out to the flat. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Going up top on first down. He's got it on the run. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Coming after him. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. But they're snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
Third down in overtime, and they need to get it to the end zone. On third and long, try to convert through the air. It's complete. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2. This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on fourth down in overtime. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Let's fucking go! Let's go! Let's go! That's how you win, boys!
I know how to
That's
sum
how
up this
you
game
win.
succinctly. That was
Let's
fun,
fucking
and what a
go.
great read to remember.
Fun for them, fun for us, just the back and forth.
Let's go.
Games that are so nip and tuck, and you know every play matters so much. These are the games that we love to call.
Yeah, every play matters, David, and that's why coaching staffs practice overtime scenarios and situations throughout the week. It's important to drill these types of scenarios. You never know what games are going to go to OT, and when they do, you love to be able to go out and execute with the game on the line.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
that was a game. Wow. Let's fucking go.